Hello everybody, welcome to Poly Games. I'm your host Joseph, and today we're going to be talking about reviews. And I want to know your opinions right off the bat. Are reviews irrelevant, or are they still important in our gaming community? Now, with that said, Bethesda has announced that it is no longer going to send reviews out extremely early. Instead, what they're going to do is they're going to send out reviews a day before the game comes out, giving reviewers no time to actually give you a review on time. Bethesda's defense is it gives the game experience that you would get at launch at reviewers' fingertips. Usually in the era of day one patches, the game isn't quote-unquote ready yet until really launch day, that the game's going to be a little buggy. So we're just going to avoid all that, and we're going to let the reviewers have it a day before the game actually comes out. So let's deconstruct this, and you'll see my opinion as we go through. So let's start with the day one patch argument. They just want to play, reviewers to play the same game with no bugs as customers will get. Well, that's all fine and dandy, other than that's all bullshit. From all the information I've gathered on big media outlets like your Polygons, your IGNs, your Kotakus, whatever have you, you get assigned a game and you get a representative with you as well. So if you run into any problems, what you do is you pretty much ask your HR consultant, hey, I ran into this issue, and they'll tell you if it's part of their day one patch or not. Or even better yet, the developer themselves will tell you before you even start playing the game, there's issues here, here, and here. Don't worry, those are going to be addressed at our day one patch. And then 24 hours before the game releases, the day one patch launches, you try out all those bugs, see if they're still there. And if they're still there, you report on them. If they're not, you don't, obviously. And that's how reviews work. So that argument right off the bat is bullshit. And you might be saying, well, Joe, that's, it's their game. They could do whatever they want with it. And you're right. It is their game. They could do whatever they want with it. But it doesn't make it any less taboo. It's not just in the gaming field is that weird, but also in the movie industry is that incredibly weird. Usually companies in the movie industry, they want people to come into the theater. So go and ask a company if they want to review their movie. And then they bring people into a theater. They review the movie, and it's free advertising for them. For the price of a ticket, you just ensured X amount of people will go if your movie's good. It shows that you have confidence in what you're offering. You see that in movies like Star Wars, right? You see that in movies like Civil War. Both of those films, days before they released, they handed it out to reviewers, and they all loved it. You see that with Doctor Strange now. A week before this movie is supposed to come out, they have reviewers come in, and they review it, and everybody says it's good, and it boosts the confidence of the audience. It makes people who may not have seen or wanted to see that movie want to see it now, and it's good business. And now what you're doing, because you're afraid, because you don't have confidence, it seems, in your products, because you're afraid of what one reviewer might say, you're going to pull the rug under everybody. And usually games that come out with late reviews tend to not do so well. You see that with games like Mafia 3, right? You've got lukewarm reviews. You see that with No Man's Sky, which is universally hated amongst gamers. Those games had late reviews, and it kind of shows why. Shows that they didn't have faith in that product, that it was a flawed product. And what Bethesda is saying is, no. Trust us, we're Bethesda. Remember Doom? That game was great, didn't have a review to it. Hey, remember Fallout 3, Fallout 4, huh? Those are great games. All the Elder Scrolls games are amazing. Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim. Remember Brink? Remember Age? Yeah, no, Bethesda, I'm not going to blindly trust you with my money. You don't just fart rainbows and piss butterflies. That sounds painful, but it's true. You have a turd every once in a while. Sometimes the game you make isn't that great, and we need some checks, we need some balances in there to make sure that you're being truthful to the audience. You can't just say, well, we're doing this because, we want to help gamers. You're trying to control the conversation by not having a conversation, and that's the really fucked up thing, is you're trying to control the message by not having a message, and you don't realize that hurts you. And Bethesda, even if I did believe you, even if I did trust you, I don't trust other companies. This precedent that you're setting is an easy trend that other companies can follow. Companies like Konami, Capcom, could easily say, well, you know what, Bethesda does it? They're successful with it, so we're just going to do it too. EA could easily walk in going, you thought we turned a leaf. Nope, same shitty company. Activision, other companies start rolling in and they go, yeah, no review copies. And then what is then between you and a shitty game? The game reviewer. Take the game reviewer out of the equation. What do you have between you and a shitty game? Patience. And we know with gamers, that is not a thing that we have. Sadly, we don't have. And seriously, as much shit as we give game reviewers for not giving the right number to our favorite games, they're the only things that stop us between having a good experience with a game and a bad one. And I want to end by saying, Bethesda, the reason why I bought Skyrim was because of the reviewers. I remember selling this game at midnight, going, I'm not interested, I'm going to play Call of Duty, bro. And I got too much time on my hands. I didn't like Oblivion because I was a 12-year-old kid type of deal. And my friend comes in, he's like, Joe, you got to buy this game. This game is it's amazing. I just fought a dragon. Bandits came out of nowhere like an RKO, and they started fighting the dragon with me. Then I started fighting the bandits. It was insane. I was like, okay, all right, I believe you, but I'm going to see for myself. So I went on IGN, I went on Kotaku, I went on Polygon, and they all said the same thing. How this game is a fucking masterpiece. So what did I do? I bought the game because I heard what my friend said. He said it was so fucking great. I looked at the reviews, and it validated his opinion. And I went and I bought it after work, and instead of sitting down what seemed like an hour, I sat there until 3 o'clock in the morning playing this game, knowing I had to wake up at 6 the next day. Or the same day, actually. So, really understand what made Skyrim so successful was word of mouth. It was the reviewers. People heard their friends and they go, okay, well, let me just check IGN. Let me see if it makes sense. And then, bam, their opinions are validated. I feel like you're forgetting what made you awesome. And this isn't a pro-consumer thing. This is totally anti-consumer. This is totally fuck you people who are buying our game, and fuck you IGN, fuck you Polygon. I don't need your marketing. We're bigger than that. And you're not. This is a very small and petty act. Personally, what I would say to people is just hold off on buying this game until you see a review. What the companies are really going to see, because they love spreadsheets, is they're going to see that this game didn't sell well on the first day, didn't sell well on the second day, but once the third day came around and there was reviews, people started watching them, people started reading them, and then they started buying the game. That's what I think Bethesda needs to really kick them in the nuts. Not to not buy it. No. Don't do that. I feel the burn, fuck the corporations. No. You can buy it. Just wait a little bit. Patience, people. Let's show Bethesda that we're not just sheep, bro. And we'll go out and we'll read a review before we go out and buy this game. That's what I suggest people to do. Not the whole, burn the house down type of scenario. But with all that out of the way, gang, if you like this long-ass video, my name is Joseph. I do them every so often. Please hit subscribe, like, share. It helps me out. Shows me that you care. And with that said, have a great day, everybody.